Legislation. Finding legislation. To find legislation, you have two options, using the table of contents or searching via the legislation search form. This form allows you to search for an act by its name or number. You can filter the results that you get by selecting the tick boxes next to the sources that you want to get results from, under national legislation and regional legislation. Legislation is located under three separate headings in the table of contents, depending on the legislative authority which enacted it. Being national, this is legislation enacted by the National Parliament. Regional, that which is enacted by the provincial legislatures, and local government, that which is enacted by municipal councils. National legislation can be found either under the indexes, which are both chronological and alphabetical, or under principal acts and regulations, which is alphabetical and allows you to move right down to an individual section of an act within the table of contents. Regional legislation is subdivided between the various provinces and then into indexes, acts, ordinances, and regulations. Local government is subdivided into bylaws, notices, and policy documents, and latest bylaws released. Bylaws, notices, and policy documents is then divided into the various provinces, which in turn are divided between municipalities in those provinces. Let's look at a worked example using the table of contents. Locating the Factories Act 28 of 1918 and any amendments thereto. Click on the legislation, South Africa, National. Select Indexes. This contains a chronological and alphabetical table of statutes. Select the alphabetical table of statutes, which provides both repealed and current statutes, which allows you to view the history of the legislation. Click on the letter F. Select Act Number and Year, which is 28 of 1918 of the Factories Act. The pop-up shows the repealed act with a link to the act that replaced it. You can continue selecting the link until a blue link appears. This shows the current act. When an act is displayed in your workspace, you have additional viewing options. You can receive email alerts when the act is updated. Click on Monitor this act. You can synchronize the act with the table of contents when you click on Sync Contents, and view content that is related in some way to the act by clicking on Related Content. From here, you can also view the entire act rather than just individual sections if you select View All. For more information or to view other tutorials in the series, go to www.lexisnexis.co.za.